Hey guys, so I'll be doing my week one meal prep here. This is where I write down everything that I'm going to be meal prepping after analyzing what I have and what I don't have. So first off, I'm starting off with making my breakfast meal prep. I've already prepped my veggies for all of my meals. For breakfast, I'll be making an egg muffin. And so I am using 2 eggs per each day, but I actually only ended up having 7 eggs. So I used 7 eggs and split it up for the 4 days for the each day. So I am prepping my eggs, season it however I usually do it. You guys can do it your own way, but this is how I do it and how I like to do it. Then I get my pan ready by spraying it with some oil using a vegetable oil spray. And then I go ahead and add in my veggies. The veggies that I'm using are red, yellow, and green bell peppers, onions, and some tomatoes as well. I really was against doing this, but I was like, you know what? I can't knock it till I try it. So I went ahead and tried doing this egg muffin pan recipe. And I actually really enjoyed it. I feel like it's a really great way to make eggs for the week without having to stress out about making eggs every morning during the day. It saves me a good 10 minutes. Plus, I only got to wash the dishes once, right? And then I also am going to pair this up with the Morningstar vegan sausage patties, but these have to be cooked on the day that you're eating them. So I went ahead and put it back in the freezer. Now I am making my lunch meal prep and I am using 3 large sweet potatoes and I'm doing a vegetable medley. So here I am peeling my potatoes. Whenever I peel or cut anything that I know that it's going to become trash, I always have a trash bag underneath it so that I can quickly have a quick clean up and less of a mess. It's always good to find different ways to make the cleaning process easier for yourself whenever you're doing meal prep, because the meal prepping can get a lot of things dirty and the kitchen will be hard to clean. So I went ahead and cut my sweet potatoes into cubes. You can make them as big or as small as you like. And I did 3 whole sweet potatoes to for the 4 days. And then I used this pan and covered it with aluminum foil because easier cleanup is the goal. So I used aluminum foil and placed the sweet potatoes on there, sprayed some vegetable oil on it, and then I laid them all flat in a single layer and I sprayed more vegetable oil on it. I went ahead and seasoned it with pink Himalayan salt as well as some cinnamon. And I just did a little bit of cinnamon, but then afterwards I go ahead and mix that up because that's really all I need for sweet potatoes. Then I go ahead and spray a little bit more oil on it so that it is not too dry. And I set it aside on top of the oven because I'm going to put everything into the oven all at once. So now I am prepping my vegetables for the other meal prep. So I am doing roasted broccoli and then roasted a vegetable medley mix. And I'm seasoning them both with the same type of seasoning. I'm just using garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and cayenne pepper. Then I go ahead and mix that all up until it's all well blended. And then I go ahead and just set it aside on top of the oven until I have my oven ready for the first thing to go in the oven. So I have my vegetables, my sweet potato, and my egg muffins. I turn the oven on to 350 for the egg muffins, which is going first. And I place it in the oven for 15 minutes. I did set the timer for 10 minutes because I wasn't sure how long I needed it to be on there, but I waited 5 extra minutes because I wanted it to be crispy and brown on the edges. So now it's time for me to do my dinner recipe, which is going to be chicken breast. And so I am prepping my chicken breast, cutting off the extra fat and the parts that I do not like. And then I go ahead and clean it up with white vinegar and some lime. And I just pour it in there and let it sit and soak. prep your chicken however you like. That's your business. This is mine. And now I'm using my meat tenderizer hammer to just kind of flatten the chicken breast a little bit so that it can cook thoroughly. Then I went ahead and seasoned my chicken breast with my seasonings. You can use whatever seasoning you like. This is the egg muffins. This is how it came out, and it was looking so beautiful. Then I put my veggies and my sweet potatoes in there because they were cooking at the same temperature, which was 400 degrees. So now it's time for me to pack up my breakfast egg muffins. You see how good this looks? It was absolutely delicious, y'all, and I highly recommend you guys to make your eggs this way. So I went ahead and did 3 for each day, so I had 12 muffins. So that's about like a 1 whole egg and a half, or close to 2, because I told you I had 2 per day, except that I had 7 eggs. So I set that aside, packed it all up, and started getting ready to cook my chicken breast. I used spray oil because we're trying to minimize how much fat we're eating. And then I went ahead and started my pasta for my dinner recipe. And this is just the rotini pasta. I use about half the box. But you guys, if you guys want to be more specific or technical, you can use a weighted scale to measure out the pasta for each serving. So here this is me plating my lunch, which is going to be chicken breast, my vegetable medley, and then my sweet potatoes, which isn't ready yet because it's in the oven. But here I am now. I'm cooking my dinner, which is the ground turkey, and then I added the rest of the veggies that I had left, which was the red, yellow, green bell peppers and the onions. And I just used my seasonings that I wanted to use to make this taste good. And I also added some pasta sauce, and this is how it came out, y'all. This was by far my favorite meal from my meal prep, but everything tasted so good, and it just worked out so well together. This is the final look of everything, my lunch and my dinner. And this was so delicious, and it was so fun to create. And also here, I'm going to show you guys the snacks that I'm eating, which is this yogurt smoothie, which is 10 grams of protein. And I also have rice cake, which I could pair with peanut butter and a vanilla Greek yogurt. And now it's time for me to clean this mess up, y'all. This is the worst part about meal prepper. Thank you. Bye.